Hi, this is Francesco Rulli. I'm the CEO of Quello. I'm also the Forbes Insights AI Solutions business partner. Today here, I'm here with David Duplay, who is the chairman and CEO of Vital Options, and also the founder and CEO of MedTera. So David, if you can share with us a little bit more insights about your work.
Yeah, thank you, Francesco. Thanks for having me. So let me start with Vital Options International. It is a patient and caregiver foundation founded in 1983. We really do three things. We provide education to patients and their caregivers about their chronic, terminal, or rare condition. We provide community, so patients and caregivers can come and find others like them for inspiration, motivation, and support, or something we call virtual social therapy. And then we provide to qualified patients financial assistance for those who are enduring a financial hardship as they battle their chronic, terminal, or rare disease. So that's Vital Options International. MedTera is, and that's what I'm most passionate about. I'm not going to lie. MedTera is my healthcare business where I have the fortunate privilege of working with pharmaceutical companies, biotech, and medical device companies around many strategic things, primarily on the utilization of leading edge technologies and how to apply that to their business to help bring new therapies and devices to market for patients who need them.
Thank you, David. So we're going through a very strange time. The COVID pandemic has hit every industry and has provided challenges, but also opportunities. Can you share with us your thoughts about those challenges and opportunities in your specific field?
Yeah, well, you're so right. COVID has hit the world like we've never seen. And in particular, it's really hit the healthcare industry. If you think about what I said about vital options, terminal, chronic, and rare disease, these are patients whose immune systems are, for the most part, and in many cases, under attack from the condition they're faced with. But then you add COVID-19 on top of that, and it just exacerbates that. I think in looking at it, obviously, patients and caregivers really need to pay attention to their own health, but it has provided, I think, opportunity for reflection and connectivity to others around the world who are going through that same health journey they are. And so in healthcare, if I could think of maybe one good thing that's come out of COVID is the fact that, many patients when they're diagnosed feel isolated and that they're all alone. And the utilization of technology now gives them an opportunity to find each other, talk to each other, talk about their journeys, talk about what's working, collaborate around a certain health issue, and try to make their life just a little better each day as they go through living with whatever health journey that they're living with.
Thank you, David. Yes, in talking about technology, contribution of technology in this era, what are your thoughts about the role of artificial intelligence in the specific industry?
Yeah, so, artificial intelligence, I think in healthcare we're just beginning to understand it. If you think about the patient journey, for example, and being able to use artificial intelligence to find information that's credible, that's relevant, that's timely for that patient. And, I always kind of take a step back whenever I'm thinking about how to utilize technology, whether it's artificial intelligence, whether it's machine learning, whether it's social media, and say, who are the stakeholders that are going to be affected by whatever technology I'm thinking about? And in healthcare, anybody that's spent any time in healthcare knows that at the center of that universe is the patient and the caregiver. Then there's probably 15 or more other stakeholders that bring services or advice or something to that patient and caregiver relationship. I think as I look at our industry, the healthcare industry has kind of been a slow mover on many technology fronts. But I am happy to say that my colleagues, many of them in the pharmaceutical industry, many of them in biotech and medical device, are successfully finding ways to use artificial intelligence to not only bring pills and devices to patients, but wrap around services that are important to that patient as they go through the journey. So I think very few of my friends went in, if I'm just picking this an example, let's say at Merck, for example. My friends at Merck, very, very few of them would say they work for a pharmaceutical company these days. They're more inclined to say, I work for a leading world healthcare organization, because it's not just, I have a pill, you're a patient, take the pill. It's, here's a pill, here's these other things that are important to you, and wrap that around the therapy to really provide a full solution to that patient. I always like to say, innovation today for a healthy tomorrow.
Very nice. Thank you, David. Now, if people want to learn more about Vital Options and MedTera, what's the best way to reach out to you and learn more about your business?
Well, for Vital Options, you could go to vitaloptions.org. For MedTera, the consulting business, you can go to medterasolutions.com. You can see what we're doing, who we're working with, some of the creative things that we're working on in the area of artificial intelligence and machine learning to help our clients, bridge that knowledge gap and bring better solutions to patients and caregivers.
Perfect. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you, Francesco.